What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a nice little Dev Pro replay for you guys. You got me over here, Star Drawing, playing Let Gem Knights. My opponent, Trust the Doc. He's playing Blue Eyes. Now, it's very important to know I don't claim to be some type of like Gem Knight expert or something. I barely if ever played Gem Knights. I may have played this deck like twice ever. You know what I mean? I just don't know a lot about them. I know about some of their fusions because I seen, you know, the girl who ran them on the TV show and whatnot, and I know about their actual fusion spell cards like Brilliant Fusion and you know, Gemini Fusion. Those cards are really good, but I pretty much took this deck card for card. Somebody built it and they were like, yo, Cap, play this, and I was like, the build looks pretty solid. But when it came to the extra deck, I got kind of lazy. Like pretty much after I added the like 4 Xyz that I run, which is like Utopia the Lightning, I think Abyss Dweller and like Castle, I was like, yo, whatever, man. You know, I'm just gonna throw in basically like one. All I need was pretty much like Lady Brilliant, Master Diamond, and then everything else I'll just throw in like one copy of. I think I have like 2 Zirconia, but I kind of just rushed through the extra deck. I think I might run a Digusto Emerald in here too, because Gem Knights have so many normals to summon back. But for the most part, I kind of just quickly went over the extra deck. But this duel I thought was actually fairly entertaining. Went a little bit of back and forth. So you see here, I opening with 2 Ripplings plus a Solemn. It's not a strong opening. I didn't want to summon my Obsidian. I didn't want to summon Lapis because there's like no point. Neither one of them are strong plays. So he ends up using, what's it called? A Dragon Shrine, sends a Blue Eyes, excuse me, a White Stone to the grave, gets a free copy of Blue Eyes. So he summons his alternative dragon, activates Melody, trades another alternative. No, I think that may have been a regular Blue Eyes. And then he summoned Sage, gets himself a copy of Maiden, but he didn't synchro there. I don't know if he should have. I guess he didn't feel comfortable synchroing in the 3 back row, so he just attacked, which was good for me because I capitalized with one of my Ripplings. Now, I played Unexpected Die, and I got my Garnet on the field, but I couldn't really, like, I couldn't do anything else, so I didn't want to commit any more monsters, so I just attacked. He follows up with a set card and a Maiden, which is okay, I guess. You know, it's not like he really has any better plays. And here I end up top decking Absorb Fusion. Absorb Fusion is actually just so good in this deck because it gets you to whatever you want. I end up getting Gem Knight Fusion, and then I tribute Obsidian and obviously the Lapis, and then I get Lapis back from Obsidian. Now, the reason that I don't attack here is because I actually ended up running out of time, so got a little timer schemize, and it goes to his turn. He puts, what's it called? He puts Maiden in defense mode, and then he summons Alternative Dragon. I didn't want Alternative Dragon on the field, so I Solemn it because I knew he was either just going to blow something up on my side, that he's going to blow up my Zirconia, or he was going to run over Lapis. I was going to eat a bunch of battle damage, and my Rippling is not good until I lose my entire field. So I was like, fuck that. Maybe we can hit him with the Solemn, and then he won't have any, like, you know, maybe we get lucky. Maybe his hand is like Brick City or whatever. So unfortunately for me, it isn't, and he ends up using Poly for First of the Dragons. And this card, I don't know if you guys see this card often, but it's incredibly hard to kill because it can't be destroyed in battle unless it's by a normal monster. And it's like, who runs normal monsters that are higher than 2,700? Like, he does because he has Blue Eyes, but I don't. Like, I run normals, but all my normals they're little. It's Gem Knights. You know what I mean? Like, I even decided to play a Rescue Rabbit to try and get my normals out of the deck, but they're much too small. So I end up adding Gem Knight Fusion back to my hand, and this is where Gem Knights actually show a little bit of promise. I go into Lady Brilliant, who is easily my favorite Gem Knight, just because, I'm sorry, anytime I look at the artwork of this card, dude, I immediately just look at her butt, because it's just glaring, like it's just there, almost speaking to me. So I go into Lady Brilliant, and then I get Lapis from Obsidian's effect, and then I go into Master Diamond. At this point, I'm able to kind of do a mess of battle damage. His Blue Eyes Maiden has to turn into attack mode. I just run her ass over. Now he gets another Maiden, or well, he had another Maiden. He goes into Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, but here's the thing though, I'm not afraid of his field. Even though I can't kill First of the Dragons in battle, I can still run, like I can still do a bunch of battle damage. So he should have put it in defense mode, but I'm not afraid of this card at all because I'm just gonna run it over. And even if he uses the tag out effect, I'm just gonna run over whatever the hell else he summons. Now the good thing is, even though this card does have 3,000 defense, which is generally why it can live so long, like look at my field, I got a 3,400, I got a 3,300, like 30,000 defense ain't nothing to me. Top deck another Absorb Fusion, and I go for what's it called? That was Laluzi. Yeah. or Laluzai. Yeah, Lalulai. Oh my god, that name is so hard to pronounce. So I end up summoning another Master Diamond, getting a whole bunch of battle damage, and he actually decides to put it in defense mode, but at this point it's too late for him. I don't need to do any more battle damage. I bust out this the fusion version of her, which is the lady version, and I can just burn him to death now, because this card actually, you can send a Gem Knight monster from your main deck or your extra deck to the graveyard, and then you do 500 damage for each for each monster on the field that was special summoned, and it counts your field and your opponent's field. Obviously we all have fusion, so every single thing on the field does 500. So it's kind of like Scarlet, but I guess potentially better, because there's no attack and defense tied to it. So I end up burning him for 2,500. So even if I couldn't get through the first of the dragons, like, all I had to do is just summon this a couple of times, and I would just be able to constantly burn him for like really big damage. So I believe that I have another copy of this. Oh, I can't check here, but I think if I had another copy, even if he would have somehow survived, like he didn't take that battle damage from the previous turn, I think I might have been able to bust out another one and then just burn him for like another 25 next turn. So sometimes, even when you don't know a deck, dude, sometimes like the most obscure cards can actually give you victory. Sometimes it's like a snowball effect. You know, I didn't realize that a deck like Gem Knights, if you allow them to keep Lady Diamond on the field, she can just amount so much advantage. Like, could you imagine if he didn't have a monster that I couldn't kill by battle? Like, I just would have ran him over, because everything I'm bringing out is like 30, you know, 3,000 plus, like 3,500 and whatnot. So just a little entertaining duel, showing off some Gem Knight swag. Thank you guys for watching, as always.